Hi guys, welcome back to the Still Loading podcast. This is episode 6, right? I'm
Something like
pretty
that.
sure.
6,
And that's kind
7?
of crazy because we've officially somebody told me the other day that it's 7 that is the statistic of most people don't get past episode 7. So whether it's 5, in my mind we had already passed that statistic, but if we're getting closer to 7, well, we're about to also pass that statistic because
Oh, we'll
it's
beat
like
this
there's a
statistic.
yes, we're gonna beat the statistic. Because there's so many episode or so many podcasts on Apple at least that people never finish. They leave their podcast after episode 7. And I think we already have literally at least 3 more planned. Just
We
as of
do.
right in this sitting, we have at least 3 more planned, which is kind of crazy. So,
Yeah. Well,
guys,
and, I feel like
congratulations, you're at least getting 10 episodes.
well, and I feel like we're coming into these, excited to record every week or every other
Mhm.
week, and I feel like we've done the right thing, and we kept the scope small to start. Maybe we'll have
Mhm.
longer episodes down the road, but, for now,
We're
they're,
good.
sort of half hour to 45 minutes.
It's
It's a
good.
nice amount.
Yeah, yeah, and I think a lot of people also seem to enjoy that. I think there's the people who are really close to us that are like, I could listen to you guys forever. Can you guys give me an hour and a half episode? I'm like, you guys like that because you guys know us, but for now we need the shorter stuff for everybody else. Um, but yeah, guys, we're super excited. We're gonna catch up. We're gonna read some uh Am I the Asshole that we're pulling from Reddit, which I think is gonna be really funny. And then we have a different kind of game that we're gonna play. We're gonna play Would You Rather. So you guys can stick around and listen and play and see what you would rather, kind of silly little game. But first things first, how are you? What's been going on? What kind of media have you been consuming? Again, you're done with theater, so I feel like maybe you're actually gaming a little bit.
I am. I've been gaming hard. I think I've gamed more in the past month or than I have in the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've almost beaten Sea of Stars, and I
Oh,
started
nice.
that.
And that's the
Like,
first time you've played, right? You've never played
yeah,
it before.
I've
Okay.
never played it before.
Okay.
And I'm replaying Octopath Traveler.
Oh, I didn't
And
know that.
yeah, I've been treating it sort of like when. So my wife and we've been going to bed early. We go to bed at 9:30, 10
I love
o'clock
that though.
now. Which is one of the reasons why you and I just don't see each other anymore. Because
It's okay.
and yeah. So when she's reading her book, I have my Switch and I'm playing Octopath Traveler.
Uh-huh.
Been a lot of fun, and I've done a little bit of Baldur's Gate,
Oh,
and then on
right,
top of
right.
that, been playing board games. We've
Uh-huh.
been getting back into board games now that my evenings are free.
Yeah.
So it's been really wonderful to not spend 8 hours a day at work and then the next
Uh-huh.
8 hours in the theater.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame you. For those of you guys who don't know, and I can post a picture on Instagram here soon after this episode goes up. Alex put together an entire, I don't even know what to call it, the table that you made.
It's a board game table. Yeah, it's a gaming
Yeah.
table.
It's an entire it's incredible. It's rather sick. So I'll have to post a picture of it cuz he made it too.
Yeah, and it's so the way that it works is it's our dining room table, and then there's a little
Mhm.
lever that we can do to pop out some panels in the middle, and then underneath there's a gaming setup. So we'll have people over for a dinner party, but
Mhm.
underneath we have a game already set up, and then once the meal's done, we clear away the food, and then the game is set up and we're ready to go.
That's so
Uh,
dope. That's
yeah.
so cool. Did you is this something you came up with I know that people already have them, but did you have blueprints of this or is this something that you were just like if I do X, Y, and Z I can make this work?
So at my bachelor party, my friend he runs an engineering firm, he owns an engineering firm.
Oh.
He and I were basically sat down and we looked at some blueprints for gaming tables and also some blueprints just for tables and
Mhm.
dining room tables in general. And we kind of made our own blueprint. And
Uh-huh.
then I drove up. He lives about 4 hours north of where I am. So I would drive up for 2 or 3 weekends in a row, and I'd spend the weekend and we'd just be at his house in his woodworking shop doing the woodworking. And it was a lot of fun.
That's so
And
cool. Oh my god.
it was a hell of a lot cheaper to get a table. of that size and
Mhm.
that functionality probably would have been $3,000 or $4,000, and I did it for $300
Oh
Canadian. So
my god, that's crazy too.
yeah,
That is wild.
because we have like tracks for like cup holders and stuff, and
That is
it's
really
quite the
cool.
table. It's quite the
That's
table.
awesome.
So yeah, what have you been up to? What have you been up to?
I'm in gaming limbo right now. I don't know what I wanna do. I am in the process of playing Horizon, the second one, Forbidden West, for the very
Yeah.
first time because I never finished it the first time I started playing. So, I've been playing that, but then Fortnite dropped a new season and
Mm,
they took away those godforsaken cars. So I've been wanting to play Fortnite again, which has been fun.
nice.
But at the same time, I'm trying to mentally prep myself for World of Warcraft, which comes out in a week. So I'm trying to juggle that. But
What's
also,
the shtick of this World of Warcraft
listen,
expansion? What
I
is
don't
it?
know. Okay, it's with the war within. I just know that every single time a new one comes out, I try it and we'll see if I like it. I didn't like the last one, so I'm excited. Dragonflight was not my favorite,
Mm,
so I didn't play a lot of it. So I'm excited for this one to see what this one is all about. Um, and then Fields of Mystria also just came out, which is a
yeah.
very like farming sim, lots of like Stardew kind of thing. And everybody's playing it. So what did I do? I bought it. I downloaded it. I put like 10 minutes into it. So yeah, I'm just kind of in this weird spot where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to finish Horizon. That is at the really realistically, that's at the top of my priority list right now is to finish Horizon, get in some Fortnite here and there, but finish that and then we'll see what happens
So
from
how far are
there.
you into Horizon now?
Not that far. I've been doing a lot of side quests this time. I think the first time that I played the first one, I like just blew through the story. And then the second time I've played the first Horizon at least 3 times. The second and
Mhm.
third time I tried to do more of like the side quest stuff. So this time I was like, I'm not gonna rush it. I'm gonna try to like play, do all the side quests. I like to also be overly prepared. So like if something's like, "Ooh, you should be a level 22," I'm like, I want to be like a level 25. Okay. I don't
Sure.
like getting my ass completely handed to me. That's not fun.
Yeah.
So I still have a lot of the map to open. I would say it's only like a third of the way open. So I still have a decent bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and you have a week.
And I have a week.
You got this?
We'll see. I can always put off the World of Warcraft stuff. It's not that I don't have to play the day it comes out. I just
Mm.
know that when it does drop, I'm gonna want it. So I need to try to hurry up, but not hurry too much where I'm like messing up my Horizon playthrough. So we'll see. But I also did, guys. I did you watch Loki, the
I
show?
started it and I didn't love it.
No, the first season.
No. First season I didn't love it.
What? Oh man. Okay. Well,
I've
we love.
I was very hyped, and it was probably it was actually the thing that killed my enjoyment of Marvel.
Oh
Which is awful to say.
no.
I've watched everything Marvel up until Loki, and then after Loki I've only watched a handful of things.
Oh man. Wait. Have you seen Deadpool and Wolverine?
Well, no.
You
No.
okay, so
I know I
I
need to.
I think you might have to force yourself to sit through. I mean, it's not a super necessity, but it would make a lot more sense. I will go ahead and tell you that I might try to get through at least really, you need to probably get through season 2 before this new saga of Marvel starts if you have any interest in it. But
Because it's like all like Kang. It was supposed to be
it
Kang,
was supposed to be King the Conqueror.
but now it's is it Galactus that they're doing, or is it?
No, I think this is gonna where like RDJ, what is his character that
Oh,
he's
Doctor Doom.
I think Doctor Doom is about to be the real, like the new bad guy because King the
Oh,
Conqueror
okay.
got after what's
Canceled.
his face
Yeah,
was being a
it's
jerk.
awful. Sure.
Um, so yeah, I would watch it. We just finished season 2. We had put off season 2 for a while, and I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, but I'm also a Loki lover, so maybe that's part of it. But yeah, so and now we're kind of we just started season 3 of The Bear. Did you watch The Bear?
I did not. Everybody tells me I need to watch The Bear.
It's good. It's real good. It's really, really good. Never thought that I like everybody's talking about it and I was like, eh. And then we watched it and it's really good. I've enjoyed it a lot. So it's another high suggested one.
I have TV show commitment issues. Whenever
Oh my God, I gotta tell you a story.
Whenever people tell me to get into a TV show, I make the same excuses most people make about getting into a long-term relationship. And people who know me know I've been in a long-term relationship since I was 17 years old.
Uh-huh.
So it's I don't know. Whenever
No,
someone is like, "Hey, watch Breaking Bad," I'm like, "Oh, that's a lot of seasons. It's a
no,
lot of
okay.
time.
I
Am I in a place in my life right now to start watching Breaking Bad? Then do I have to watch Better Call Saul?"
literally, oh my gosh. So I kid you not, this conversation just happened yesterday, the day before yesterday. We're in the car. Okay. I listen to the same podcast. I do not listen to anything else. I like what I like. I listen to the Bobby Bones podcast.
Sure.
He's a Nashville based country music uh they're like on the radio, but then they put it on podcast. I listen to that
Mhm.
every single day. Okay. In the podcast, he was talking about, he's like, he's like, it's really weird. I will listen to, or I can sit through 3 hours of a TV show with 20-minute episodes, but I will not watch a 3 hour movie. And I was like, that's me. I was like, I agree. I'm the same way. And I think it's just that I know that I can get up and walk away whenever I want. You can't really pause a movie, but if you are done with the 20-minute episode, like whatever, I'll come back to it. And my lovely husband goes, I think you and Bobby Bones have the same commitment issues. And I was like, oh, excuse. He was like, not to me, just the TV shows. And I was like, you, uh, you're not wrong, but geez, wait a few. I looked at him. I was like, I did not like. I wasn't mentally prepared to feel called out today like that. We got to the stoplight. He was like, I'm just kidding, right? I was like, well, but you're not wrong. I don't like new things. I don't like new shows. So
No.
yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah, no, and like I'll watch like a season of The Office before I'm like, oh, like new TV show. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know. I could just
I'm.
rewatch The Office.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I am the same way. I'm a big rewatcher. But let's get into these Am I the Asshole? So we're gonna read some Reddit posts from the Am I the Asshole thread. Uh we picked two random ones that are gaming related. So yeah, thank
Mhm.
you, Reddit, for providing this content right here. So the first one that I have
Okay.
is, am I the asshole for playing video games at 35? I work a full-time job, coach football. Anytime I'm not at work, I'm home tending to kids slash chores. I love gaming and I tend to do so on the weekends and occasionally at night or two during the week before bed. I was oof, I was called pathetic this morning by my wife for being in my 30s and playing Call of Duty. I do not like golf. Am I the asshole for playing video games in my 30s? What's the cutoff date for like playing video games? Because I'm nearing my 30s or well 30. I, like, what's the cutoff then?
I, you know what, Lizzie?
You're like
I
that.
think it's 30. I think when you turn 30, you're never going to play a video game ever
Well, I got
again.
months to go, I guess. God dang, I gotta
Yeah.
get all that gaming out and I was talking about done tomorrow. Shit.
Yeah, because once you turn 30, then it's
It's over.
not acceptable. It's over.
I think
Yeah.
that's why. Okay, I understand, like, probably the annoyance maybe the wife feels of, like, but he also says, I mean, there's 2 sides to every story, you know?
But
But
is
he
he pathetic because he's playing Call of Duty, or is he pathetic because he's playing video games? Because that's two different things. Also, is it the way that he like acts, right? Like, is he a real jerk about playing Call of Duty? Is he like shirking his like marital duties, or like
well, I was gonna say, he says, if I'm not at work, I'm tending to the kids and chores." And says, like, "I do so on the weekend and occasionally at night." So it's like, to me, from his point of view, it sounds like he is doing this when, like, he's not supposed to be doing other things. I also think the word pathetic is really harsh. Like, that's a rough word. Like, I just feel like maybe that conversation could have went a different way maybe?
maybe
But as
it was probably a longer conversation. I don't think his wife just walked in and was like, "You're pathetic." You know, like I think there was probably more
as
to that.
as two people who are also nearing 30 and have a significant other who's married, has
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm nearing 29.
oh shit. Okay, well,
My birthday's in October.
okay, well, I'm nearing 30 and then you're right behind me, okay,
I
whatever.
know.
But as somebody who is getting close to that point in their life, who's also we're also both married and
Mhm.
have been in a relationship for a long time. Has your significant other ever come to you and be like, "The video games are too much?" Like, has that ever been a conversation in your life? And while you think about it, I'll give you mine. I think way back in the day in college, I remember there was a time where I wasn't playing a lot of video games, but my
Mhm.
husband was, and that's when I was like, you have to call some of this quits. Like you're like I don't know what to do with myself anymore because you're playing video games." Now, here's the caveat to that. Now, I'm 29, and for the past 4 years, I've had my own gaming PC. We spend 2 to 3 hours at night up here. His setup is literally right next to me. I could touch him if I wanted to. We both play video games at the same time. So I think
Yeah.
it probably is a big thing of like, what do your hobbies consist of, kind of thing. So for us, it's a little bit different now, but I've been in a similar situation previously.
I for me, like my wife doesn't play video games really at all. Like she'll play
Mhm.
Mario Kart with me if she really wants to, but um, I think both of us in our marriage um, value time apart. You know,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
she has things that she likes to do. I have things that I like to do.
Mhm.
Like, and they're
And then you have
separate.
things that you like doing together. So
Yeah,
it's a good like weighing scale.
yeah, but certainly, um, I think I get this more with like kind of my art and my theater and stuff where it's
Mhm.
I'll go through periods where I'm in like rehearsal for something and every night I don't see her. And then I'll take like 4 or 5 months off of that and really focus my energy on quality time with her.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think she values that and I value that. And we've struck a balance. And you know, we've been together for 11 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um, we've had time to figure that out. But
Mhm.
early on, it certainly there were tensions around like, oh, you have to, you know, spend more time with me or whatever,
Mhm.
right? But
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
gonna go with the not an asshole here, my dude, on
yeah,
this Reddit post. I think there's a adult conversation that needs to be had though of maybe
yeah,
like, here's what I'm doing, here's the time that I would like to spend, and hopefully you guys can find a happy medium. But I'm gonna go on the not an asshole side of that conversation.
yeah. With the information we have, I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying
yeah.
not an asshole. I find a lot of those not an asshole or am I the asshole threads on Reddit are quite biased. You
Mhm. Oh
know?
yeah, like I said, there's 2 sides to every story, and we're only getting one of them, so it's like a little
Mm,
iffy of how much I can believe it. All right. The second one is a little bit longer, so I'm gonna probably try to like jump around without trying to read this entire thing because it's a bit lengthy.
sure.
But am I the asshole for not giving up my family seats to the movie theater to accommodate a lady and her kids who just took ours? This reminds me a lot of like when you pay for a seat on a flight by a
Yeah.
window and then somebody sits there and you're like, no, that's my seat, move. I took my kids to see the movie Sing. We pre-purchased our tickets online as required, scored some good seats where we like to sit in the middle of the theater. Just as we arrived, the preview started playing, only to find people sitting on our seats. Mind you, it's a jam-packed theater and we're already standing on people's toes. So I politely asked the lady in my seats, "Excuse me, I think you're in our seats." It continues to talk about how she says, "Well, somebody else is in our seats." The lady's just like, "Hey, that's not really my problem." Now she's acting all annoyed, like I'm disturbing her. She's pointing to the front of the theater, insinuating I go sit there. And if there is anything but the worst seats in the house, I would have done so just because I'm nice like that. But it was literally 3 seats in the very front row. I've sat there before. That shit sucks because you are craning your neck
Yeah.
to look back. That's not a fun time. Sorry, but we like our seats. She basically ignored me, periodically looking up and looking annoyed. Why are you still here? Oof. That would have been the last shot. I would have been like, get up, move it. So I'm getting pissed and say, "No, ma'am, I purchased these seats. This is where I like to sit." Friend starts chiming in, blah, blah, blah. I guess finally she got up. Her kids are crying. Of course, mom is making it a big deal of like, oh, these people are making us move. Um, She burst past me and says, "Maybe you should apologize to my kids." I was flabbergasted, but they finally moved. We sat in our seats, and so I thought was the end of it. A few minutes later, she kneels down. "Hey, I'm sorry. The kids just really wanted to sit together. They've been looking forward to this, blah, blah, blah." Because I'm a compassionate person, I almost felt bad. But at the same time, I'm thinking, no, those are my seats I picked out too. Why should my kids suffer for this rude lady to be accommodating to her kids? I told her, sorry, your seats were anywhere but the front row. I'd gladly trade, but not today. Again, keeps on going of getting angry. Um, let's see. Then she says, wow, just wow. Throws her hands up in this big shrug and says to her friends, unbelievable. It goes on to talk about how it progressively gets worse, but in to save some time of reading just how more horrible it gets. Yeah, no, I'm not giving up my seats to somebody else in a movie theater. There's no way.
Yeah, fuck them kids. No,
No, I agree. I'm
uh,
sorry, but you should have picked better seats. You should have paid for them, and you should have picked seats earlier on. Like,
should have planned in advance. If they've been
mhm,
looking forward to this for such a long time, I'm assuming the seats probably didn't sell out that quickly.
mhm.
One and two, like I don't care how cute the kids are. If the mom's an asshole, I don't want the mom to win in that
Mhm. Oh,
situation.
yeah, yeah, it definitely turns into, like, I wanna prove my point here too, like,
Yeah.
you also need to teach that's a good learning point of, like, teaching your kids, like, we need to plan in advance, and you can't just have what you want because you want it. Get up
Mhm.
and move. Like, I also can only imagine that conversation because that's such a hard thing to do to, like, walk in and, like, have somebody in your seat and being like, "Hi, sorry, you're in my spot." But to think of, like, somebody just being like, "No, sorry, this is my spot now." Uh I
No.
cannot imagine it. I think if I was alone, I probably would just be like, "Okay, bye." Maybe with my
Yeah.
husband, I would have a little bit more confidence.
No,
Or be like,
I'm too
"Yeah."
much of like a people pleaser, like
Mhm.
averse to conflict to do that. I
Mhm.
just would have let her win, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I,
I
I
think
I
it's
know
also different
myself.
when you have kids too, because it's
Sure.
like your kid's happiness over my own child's happiness.
Mhm.
Kick rocks, lady,
Yeah.
with no shoes, respectfully. If you guys have ever seen, what show did that come from? Was that Love Is Blind?
um
It was Love Is Blind. There's a girl
yeah, it
on
was
there, and she said that's what she said. She goes, "Kick rocks with no shoes," respectfully,
but
or
she said it.
she might say disrespectfully, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was what was her name? She her partner like met up with
The
Sarah
other girl.
Ann in the
Uh-huh,
parking lot until
uh-huh.
5 a.m.
Yep,
and
and they
then
didn't fuck. Oh, please.
yeah,
Liars.
and yeah,
And then they
that
ended up
was
together,
messy.
and then what
Oh, well,
she
they
thought.
broke up. They broke
Oh, did
up.
they? Oh,
Yeah.
well, the original
I hate
girl,
that I know that. Sorry.
she made shirts that literally said "Kick rocks with no shoes," and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I should go buy one because that's really funny.
Yeah, because they went to that like barbecue, whatever, of like where they have all the people show up, and then they have
Mhm.
the runners up from the pods go in and sow discord, and that's literally like she definitely showed up there like I need to say kick rocks with no shoe to him, and she said it probably like 5 times in
I
that
love
one
it, but now
scene.
it's
It was
stuck in my
amazing.
head, so it's great,
Yeah.
Yeah, so kick rocks with no shoes to this freaking mom who was sitting in somebody else's seat. Yeah, this is, not the asshole in my opinion. I think the lady who was sitting in your seats is the asshole, especially to then give, like, a big hoorah. I've definitely been at, like, a baseball game or a football game where it's like, you get, like, halfway through it and the seats in front of you are front row and nobody's there and you kinda, like you're like, "Ooh," and you scoot into their seats, you
That's
know?
different.
But if anybody ever showed up, I'd be like, "Ah, I am so sorry. Let me get out of here. My bad," kinda thing. But this
Mhm.
is, to just be like, "Oh, sorry, my seats." Be like, mm-mm, no, no.
Mm.
No, 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 no. So yeah, Imma go with the not the asshole on this one as well. But again, thank you, Reddit, for providing some interesting stories. I was looking through them last night, and so many of those, I was like, "This is hilarious." Like, some of
Yeah.
these it's really sad that a lot of them are, "Am I an asshole for playing video games?" And I was like, "Man, y'all got a lot." of video game drama in your life, huh?
Yeah, I have like the opposite. When a new game comes out, like when Elden Ring dropped or a new Zelda game comes out, my wife's like, "All right, see you in a week."
Yeah,
So,
I'm very thankful for that. All right, we're gonna play a quick game of Would You Rather.
all right, all right.
Um, so we both have two that we're gonna ask, and feel free to answer these yourself too. I'm gonna let you answer first, and then I could answer my own question. But the
Mm.
first one that I have is: Would you rather? So this is game related, okay? And I thought this was really funny. Would you rather save and load at any point? You have 10, only 10 points in your life that you can go back to, okay? So you could be like, oh, I'm going to go back to this moment that I made a mistake. You only have 10. If you go over 10, you'd have to go back and like delete kind of one thing, or fast travel anywhere you've been before. You've had to have already been there though.
Oh, fast travel,
Yeah.
100%.
I
I've
think
read too many time travel stories to want to go back and change things. I'm very
yeah,
happy
that
with
it
my
like
life.
that it like fucks something up or it changes the outcome of things.
Yeah. What if
Uh-huh.
I was nicer to that one kid in high school and then I never met Jess or we never started the podcast, you know?
Are you
Butterfly
saying that you
effect.
were bullying kids in high school,
I
Alex?
would no, I just say that I was just giving an example. Yeah. Yeah, I'm such a big bully.
If I was nicer to that kid.
I don't
Go
know.
ahead.
Yeah, I just feel like what you never know the butterfly effect of things.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. All right, your turn. Go ahead. Ask away.
Okay, okay,
Mine would be the
okay.
same. I would travel.
I didn't know they had to be game related.
They don't. I just picked game related. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Would you rather know how you die or when you die?
Ooh, that's so tricky. I, oh, I go. See, that's. Oh my god, I hate this question because how not knowing when, like, how could just be a lot more, like, natural, like because then at least I'm not counting down the days, but then, like, I think the anxiety of knowing when would kill me itself, honestly, because I would be like, "Oh god, I have." So I'm gonna okay, there you go, I answered my own question. I would rather know how, I guess, because the when of, like, counting down the days would stress me out more, I think, than the how, you know? If that
Right.
makes sense,
But
I
but
don't
what
know.
if you find out that you die in your sleep and then every night when you go to sleep?
That's a good point too, but I fuck. No, I'm keeping with my how because I'm telling you, I think the when would just it would stress me out too much. Let me
Sure,
let
sure, sure,
me let
sure.
me live. I don't know, because then I think of the Tim McGraw song of like live like you're dying. If I know when I'm dying, I'm just gonna spend all my money. I'm gonna go
Mm.
skydiving. I'm gonna do all the shit. But I'm a stick with my original answer. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
What
okay,
about
okay.
you?
Um, yeah, I think when. I have enough
Yeah.
anxieties about stuff in my life.
See?
Yeah, I think when.
Yeah. 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 Um, okay. Who would you rather have as a sidekick? Okay.
Okay.
Diddy Kong or Yoshi?
Oh, Yoshi.
Yeah.
What did Diddy Kong do for me? Throw bananas? Shoot little peanuts?
I mean, hey, shoot little
Put me in a
peanuts could
barrel,
be
throw me across the map? Yoshi,
okay.
you can ride on. You can like triple jump by jumping off of Yoshi, letting him die in a chasm.
Let
Do you not kill your
so
Yoshi after every level?
the
Have you never
the
played Mario Maker? That's the whole point. You're supposed to kill the Yoshi.
I am just disturbed that you were just like, have you never killed your Yoshi?
Every Don't act like this is weird. This is what you're supposed to do.
I guess not. I just think of Yoshi as a very cute little character, and maybe I've just never thrown him into a chasm pit.
You're missing
Okay,
out. All
fair
right, you're
enough.
missing out.
But I don't know. Yoshi is so cute, and yeah, Diddy Kong, all he does is shoot peanuts and toss you around. So I'm kind of like, I think Yoshi would be a good one as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like when Mario has Yoshi, he's better. When Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Country has Diddy Kong, doesn't change much. Just saying.
Oh, Jesus. Go ahead.
Okay.
Your turn. I feel like we just shredded some video games characters just to we put them through the paper shredder.
Would you rather lose all your money that you made this year or lose all the memories you made this year?
Oh, ooh. Oh, I'm gonna cry. That one makes me kind of emotional. That struck something real deep.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. This year, what have I done this year? Like, how important is this year? Because I'm very thankful for the money that I've made this year. Because me and my husband have worked really, really hard to get where we are.
Mhm.
So, but this year, it's not like I got married this year. Luckily, I got married, like, going on 3 years
Year.
ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I don't we haven't done anything crazy or out of the ordinary this year either, and it's not like I've met new friends this year or anything, so I as much as it pains me to say, I'm gonna lose the memories from this year because for for me, I I fear what Daniel and I's life would look like if we lost the money that we made this year.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that as much as that one kinda sounds really shitty. But
Sure.
you?
Well, I'm married for money. So, and that happened this year. So, I would rather lose my money and keep the memories I still have of getting married
Mhm,
cuz
mhm.
honestly my wedding day was a blur. Uh,
Yeah, it is. It's a very quick it's snap and it's gone.
in fact, one of my only memories from the wedding is one of my cousins shaking me and be like, "Take a long blink and take in this moment because you're not going to remember most of today." And
Mhm.
that's one of the only things I remember from that day.
I tried so hard to sit and, like, breathe it in so many
Yeah.
moments, and then, in the office where they do the little camera thing, I
Yeah.
remember doing that once at the dinner table where we were getting ready to
Mm,
eat, and I remember looking over at my husband and doing and I remember him being like, "Huh?" He's like, "Are you trying to get somebody to take a picture?" And I was like, "Jesus Christ, this is your favorite show, and you're not catching on to the reference I'm making right now." He was so confused. I had to break it down with to him, and he was like, "Oh, oh, oh." I was like, "Okay, okay." But yeah, so nice little episode.
it's great.
That was a good one. I really, I hope you guys enjoyed the Am I the Asshole? Because reading through them are quite comical. If you guys needed something to do to make yourself feel good about yourself, start looking through those ones and being like, this is the choices I would make. Um, but we hope you guys have a fantastic week. Hopefully, you guys are kicking off your week with the Still Loading podcast. Remember, you
Mhm.
guys can find us on a lot. If you're looking for listening to the podcast, we are on Apple and Spotify and YouTube. And as always, if you guys need us somewhere else, let me know. It's pretty easy for me to get us on other platforms. If you're looking for us on social media, we have an Instagram, we have a TikTok, have a YouTube. I don't think we need anything else, so don't ask me for anything else. I'm not going down that road. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in technically 2 weeks, right? I guess that makes sense. 2 weeks is every other. So yeah. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye guys.
Bye.